everyone, welcome to Marie's Scrappy Creations, where we sew the scraps of your life into beautiful creations. Today's Wednesday, which must mean it's What's Up Wednesday. So I have been really busy this week, and not all of it's been sewing. I have done some sewing that I want to show you, but you know how there's a lot of things in life that take way more time than what we plan? Like yesterday, I had 2 phone calls to make. I was on hold for one of them for an hour and 43 minutes. When they finally answered, they inadvertently hung up on me. Not even kidding. So by the time I called place number 2, that was a 55-minute wait. You ready for this? The person I needed to speak to was not in their office, and I had to leave a message. She did call me back today, so hey, 1 out of 2. What was that old song? 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Anyway, 1 out of 2 I'll take at this point. So anyway, what I did get done yesterday was I sewed on some more bags for the craft fair because, as many of you know, I have a craft fair August 4th through the 7th. Now, what have I sewn? This is my stack of bags. There's 25 different bags. Like I bought fat quarters of these at Walmart because I know a lot of people are into sugar skulls. I'm not, but you know, I bought it in black, then in red. As you can tell, these ones aren't done yet. And I've got ones with the honey pot. I've even got Super Mario Brothers and Spider-Man. I've got John Deere. I've got all kinds of them. So anyway, I have 23 bags made at this point, completed. But see, then I have other ones. Okay. So how I've been doing it is assembly line style. So let me grab this here. I'll give you an example. So let's say I take this piece of fabric. I cut all the fabrics out. Then I cut all the batting pieces because sometimes I use fusible fleece, but for the most part, I like to use cotton batting in my bags. I think it makes them soft. Anyway, so that's what I'm using. So I cut out all the cotton batting, and then I layer the outer piece with the cotton batting. Then I lay out my newspaper across my area, and I spray baste all of it. Then when that's all done, I sew through them all, quilting them. When they're all quilted, I trim them to whatever size they finish out at because I'm not real particular. If I have a piece of fabric and I can just get a smaller bag, then I get a smaller bag. They don't all have to be the same. So anyway, then I cut all the linings to match the bags. Then once I have all the linings, then this is what I do. I find a zipper that goes on it so it's all pinned. I've got my liner, my 2 quilted pieces to the bag, and my zipper all pinned and ready to go. So yesterday, I got out the black thread, took the 5 black fabrics, and got those done in amongst the phone calls. But that's kind of discouraging. And I mean, I did do some of this yesterday, but mostly this was the day before. But that's a lot of work all by itself. You've got to prep the fabric, you've got to iron it, and I don't know. I don't feel like I'm getting anywhere for this craft fair. Okay, so I have 23 bags. They sell for about $15. And that is not much when you're looking at the amount of time that I'm putting into them. So I also have key fobs. I have 25 of them right now. I'm waiting for more hardware to come in. I could make, I think, 6 or 7 more. But anyway, I've got some sports teams. Some sports teams, and just I have some of my puzzle autism awareness ones, moose and bear, and all kinds of different ones. I am going to do more of these, and I'm going to charge $5 a piece because I think that that's fair. The problem is you have to put your prices. You have to, Okay, there's a lot of formulas that you'll see online, and people say, you know, you take your fabrics, your materials, you know, the cost of everything, and you lay it out there, and then you multiply this or by the amount of your time. That doesn't work where I live. There's a lot of people who get by on minimum wage in our area. You know, times are tough. People are not going to pay me $25 for this bag. They're not going to. I'll be lucky to get 15. I have some bags for sale like this at a local establishment, and he took 10 of them. Now, granted, he priced them higher than I told him he would get. I knew he would never get what he was charging. He's only sold 2 out of the 10. They haven't moved, and I knew that because people will not pay it for that. So anyway, these are going to be 15, which for the amount of work, that's quite a bit of work, you know. But I did get 5 of these finished up, from them being like this, all ready to go, to they're all finished. The little hole in the lining is closed, and the zipper tab is on there and all that. I would like to find something that I know for a fact would sell, that I could make up quickly. And I do know that bowl cozies are popular, but I don't like to make them. Like, I don't like to make towel toppers either, and those are really popular. People love those towel toppers. I don't know what it is about either one, but I don't care to make them, and when I don't care to make them, it's slow going and it's monotonous, and I have to make myself do it. So I don't know. The one thing I do know is, remember the tutorial back a month or so ago when we did these little coin purses? I think these are adorable, and I've had a lot of compliments on these, so I'm thinking, as quick as those work up, and as much fun as I have embellishing each one just a little differently, maybe I should go for these. And then I thought, maybe I should go for a slotted card holder instead. I don't know. See, I'm so up in the air on all this, and I guess I'm questioning myself, and I'm doubting what I should do, because I've already invested the $60 for the craft fair area, and part of that is $10 for the table. So I need to make my money back, but I also would like to make a profit. So I don't know. Suggestions? I'd take them. Okay, you may have heard me say last week that I couldn't find my webcam. I've used it a few times to film from my laptop, and it's been a great addition to my sewing room, but I couldn't find it. I looked in the place where I normally keep it. It wasn't there, and I do try to put things away most of the time. I'm going to say that seriously, most of the time. But I could not find it anywhere. And then the other day I was reaching down beside my table, my cutting table, for something, and I saw it looked like an extra black cord, and I thought, what's that? Well, it was the webcam. So it must have fallen off the edge of the laptop and maybe gone behind it. It's a black table, a black cord. I guess I can see how it happened, but the good part of the story is I did find the webcam. So yay. I was going to use it today, but it said it wasn't the default camera, and I didn't want to mess around with trying to remember how I had done that before. So I just dug out my phone, and here we are. So let me see. The next thing is the quilt along, for anyone wondering what's happening. As I said when I started it, it was going to be a little bit sporadic due to the craft fair. I have very little time to prepare for that. I can't sew a lot in one day like other people might be able to due to my neck issues. So I have to plan everything in advance and hope it's a day where I feel well enough to sew. But the quilt along should be easy. I believe at this point we're going to have a live stream quilt along block 2 on Thursday. I don't have a time yet, but I will announce sometime on Thursday morning. I'll announce what time I'm going to go live, as well as what you need to have your fabric cut at, because I apologize. That kind of fell through the first time. I didn't even think of that. My mind was on everything I should be doing, and I didn't think of that. I just didn't think about that. But I'll have that for you this time. And again, every block in this quilt is a beginner block. But that doesn't mean that a more established quilter wouldn't have fun working along with us. But I'm just warning you, it's a Scrappy sampler. And this will be block number 2. So if I knew how to actually schedule it for a certain time, I would do that. But I only tried that one time on like trying to schedule a live at a certain time beforehand, and I couldn't get into it. Everybody was in there waiting and I couldn't get in because I don't know how to do it. So being a visual learner, it doesn't help me when I'm on YouTube or on the internet just trying to figure out how to do these things. So that's where I'm at. Let me see. I can't think of anything else that I wanted to tell you other than about the quilt along, the craft fair. That's probably going to do it. I don't have a lot to tell you about this week other than that. I don't know how many of you watched Sunday's tutorial where I got together with Lisa Marie Esposito. We had a great time. I was a little embarrassed over the way it went, though, because there was a delay between when she'd say something and when I'd hear something. So I kept talking over her. And when I went to edit it, of course I can't edit that out. And I felt kind of silly. And I thought, boy, people are going to think I'm really rude. Because granted, there were a few times when we'd both be talking at once. But then there were other times where it just, yikes. Lesson learned. I won't do it again. So, yeah, I think that's going to about do it. I hope everybody is having a great week. Things here have been about the same. It's been really humid, though. Yesterday was 90 degrees, and I know that that's not high compared to other places here in the States as well as around the world. For us, it's hot, so it is kind of what you get used to. But we were also at 100% humidity this morning. It's like you couldn't take a breath. I'm not one for heat or humidity, either one. So I've been miserable for a couple of days. And that being said, my air conditioner is not running because I'm filming. So it's for you guys, right? Well, I hope that everyone's having a great week, like I said. And for any of you who do the quilt along, that will be Thursday, tomorrow, Thursday. So I will put out a quick video in the morning on Thursday to let you know what material you need and approximately what time I'll be going live. And when I do go live, let's pretend that I set it for 4 o'clock, which I haven't, but we'll pretend. I'm going to be on the live stream at least 15 minutes beforehand, because sometimes it takes me longer to set up that live stream because I'm still not good at it. I'm pretty new to it. So I would be there early, but I will wait until like 5 minutes after for all the stragglers to come in. You know, the kids that were always late to homeroom in the morning. You know you're out there. Oops, I almost forgot. There's 2 things I almost forgot, not even just one. If you were with me last Sunday, Lisa Marie and I had a Yo-Yo Angel tutorial. And during that, we told you about the contest. So I wanted to let you know that the winners, and there are going to be 2 winners, will be drawn on Thursday. Okay, so you got to stick around for that. And the creative word of the day is, well, it's actually 2 words, craft fair. So can't forget that, can we now? All right. So until next time, thank you so much for hanging out with me today here at Marie's Scrappy Creations, and I'll see you next time. You take care. Bye-bye.